I was at the hardware store the other day, and they had half-price bulbs. They had all these bags of bulbs that were 50% off, and it was just too good of a deal to pass up. But now I'm kicking myself because it's been so cold in all the days since I bought these that the ground's frozen solid. I don't actually have the ability to plant these, but today is the warmest day that it has been in a while, and it also was the warmest night last night that it has been or will be in any of the weather updates. So this is as close as defrosted ground that I can get, and I've come out here and I've walked around, and I think I'm actually going to be able to get a shovel's depth in to get all these bulbs planted. So that is what I'm doing today. I didn't actually get any footage to share with you guys, but I actually planted in a couple $100 worth of bulbs into my flower garden, kind of in this space here. I also, when I dug up my garden at the old place, I dug up as many bulbs as I could get. So far this fall, I've planted about 1,000 spring bulbs. And so I'm sitting back and I'm wondering, first of all, where am I gonna put these bulbs? I've completely filled my garden. I don't actually have a space where I know I'm gonna be growing in the future to plant them, and also thinking excitedly what it's going to look like here in the spring when I have all these spring bulbs popping up. I was pretty happy in my old place with the number of bulbs that I had, which, you know, was only a couple hundred, and it did a pretty good show. But one of the things with this space being so large is because it's so large, you know, my vast empire of space, that I get these bulbs going and they add up to nothing. Like, you know, I've dumped hundreds of bulbs into just this one little section, and then I still have the entire property that has almost nothing in it. So it'll be interesting to see what I do over the next couple years for the spring flowers to spread it out without going bankrupt, basically, in bulb money. But yeah, I have to figure out what to do with these bulbs that I'm planting today. So that's where I'm at. It might seem kind of silly to not know where to put these because I literally have like an empty canvas, but part of the issue is I don't know where these bulbs going in are going to need to stay in place probably until the end of the summer. I wouldn't want to remove them until they've gone dormant. And so because of that, I need them to be in a spot that is not going to need to get dug up before the summer. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant them along the fence line here. Along the fence line is, you know, a spot that we're not going to be moving into at all, just because, you know, it's the fence. We're not going to be driving over the fence. And when we put in this fence, it actually kind of like overlapped into the veggie garden a bit. I don't know if you guys can see that there. So I already have some dug up kind of prepped soil. So this really isn't a bad spot to put them. They're not going to get trampled. They're going to be able to just stay there until they need to get moved next year. And I have to dig this up anyways, if you can see that right there. That's a dahlia, and another job that I'm doing today is I have to dig up my dahlias because I want to see if I can salvage the, what are they called? The tuber, and keep them over the winter and then replant them next year. I'm not a flower grower, as you may know if you've heard me complain about flowers. So I definitely have a lot of learning curve, and I bought these dahlias this year because I wanted to experiment with the overwintering. So it wasn't a huge investment if I mess it up, but yeah. So I'm gonna dig those up, and then I think this is gonna be a good spot for the bulbs. We have lots of shovels here in case any of you would ever like to come over and do some shoveling for us. One of the things that we bought a bunch of this summer when we went to a hardware store that was going out of business is we bought a bunch of 50% off shovels, so then we had guest shovels. So if you ever want to come to my house, we got a shovel for you. Is there anything in here? Grow a tuber. Oh, look at that! That is a dahlia tuber. That is exactly what we're looking for. It's like digging potatoes that aren't delicious. Let's see what we... Ugh. So I got a couple little pieces in here to save up. Ian got mad at me because apparently I stole his coat. He's like, you're gonna need something warm. Ugh. Dynamic. Serena digging video.
Amazing.
Oh, look at what an excellent gardener.
A little more dynamic footage?
Yeah, get right in there. Okay, ready? Oh, look how big this one is. Look at all the tubers. Oh, and look what this is. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's a cherry stump. Maybe not, because it's actually soft. Okay, I'm excited about this one. That's like a lot of tuber. Looks like I broke a bunch of it too. Okay, tubers down. Now I just have to get the bulbs in. If you guys know anything about overwintering dahlia tubers, please let me know down in the comments because I know nothing. And I've done some research, but I pulled one out already and I put it in with some gladiolas that I'm trying to overwinter, and it started to dry out, and it's only been like, you know, like a couple weeks. So I'm really concerned about getting them to last all winter. If there's any tricks that you guys know, yeah, definitely shoot me some comments. I think I'm gonna try keeping them like in a bucket. It's not gonna have the ideal airflow, but it's so dry here. It might be what they need. But yeah, give me some pointers. Whew. I'm out of shape. Whew. Definitely, that's one of these things I need to do this winter is get in better shape, because I really need to be able to dig some solid ditches. Whew. And right now, I don't have the cardio for that. Okay, so I have dug myself a trench basically here, and this isn't how I would normally do bulbs, but because it just needs to be temporary, this is kind of more like a flower farm way of putting bulbs in. I'm just gonna kind of fill this trench with all the same type of bulb. I'm gonna give them a lot more space because I do actually want the bulbs to stay in the ground. But yeah, just all the same bulbs all together in the trench. And then I'm gonna cover them up, and then this spring when they bloom, I can pick them if I want. I can leave them just as a mass planting, but then they can just hang out there until they get transplanted. So here I go. This is Canada in November, so it's like 3:30 and already getting dark, so I'm gonna show as much as I can of this, but I'm running out of light here, guys. happy birthday. Oh, look how hard I'm working.
Everything's hard.
Sweating up your coat.
Are you done working for the camera?
Yeah, now you do it. Okay, 3:30 sunset, but I got my bulbs in. So I clumped them all together and they're all planted. I just need to bury them now and then that's it. And then I wait till next year and it's gonna be this crazy, weird patch of bulbs, but they won't be in the way and I can pick them and bring them inside and enjoy them and still move them next year, fingers crossed. So if you like spring bulbs, make sure to subscribe because I'm obviously gonna have some videos all about those come the spring, which is of course 6 months from now because I live in Canada. Feel sorry for me, but I did it.